The food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C-notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Found out the hacks, put it in the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts.
And that's facts though, I talk factos. Ask J Babe, I go Astro. Floating focused on my cash flow. We plant star seeds to make the grass grow. I'm a real floater, I do what I wanna. Stack in the winter, sunbathe in the summer. My chakras align and I shock them like Blanco. Only Pope we acknowledge a nigga is Paulo.
At these events, I'm a god to my people. Got out the streets, yeah, we dodging a Rico. Game of roulette, I'm a casino. The game wasn't fair, yeah, the odds wasn't equal. Squad got the Chico, my squad got the Chico. Came in a drought, yeah, they starving the people. Blaming and doubt, make it harder to eat, yo. Not a placebo, this not a placebo.
The food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C-notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. Found out the hacks, put it in the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts.
Started in Richmond, art of my district. Heart of the mystics, started for biscuits. Father the isfits, martyr the misfits. God is my witness, God on my hit list. Moving the weight, we started with fitness. Moving with states, we are the richest. Give me the blues, my heart is in Memphis. It's part of adventure, started my venture. The F is for food, the A is for
Rapper Pisania, I'm pushing ETH. Philosophies, a Booker T, I'm pushing P. The
playing my part. T is for tech, I'm playing it smart. S is for shelter, I stay in the park. Acres on acres, get lost in the dark. We playing a part, we playing it smart. Facts, facts,
okay.
Yeah.
The food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C-notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. Found out the hacks, put it in the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts.
It's a movie, it's a movie.
Your motherfucking stepchild. It's time to chop off the foot that's on my neck now and climb up to their head. Decapitate the brain of the system, and that system dead. I ain't checking who on code, cause if you feel like I feel, the nigga, it's a goal. Everybody wanna be black, so it's time to be black. Not black like the color, but how we fight back. Not black like the skin, but how we uprise.
Brooklyn Street, proper Pisania, I'm pushing ETH. Philosophies, a Booker T, I'm pushing P. The prophecies, the prophecy on Brooklyn streets. Pushing P, I'm pushing P. I'm pushing P. Parabolic properties, this my philosophy. Pushing Park Ave, Boardwalk at Monopoly. Properly, pushing P's of that broccoli. Challenges Crispus in my tea, I'm pushing P. Pushing pills, the red and blue, the Netteroos. Pushing P's of that medical oregano. Yeah, that Zaza and them edibles, they federal. But y'all put them on a pedestal. We put them on a fentanyl, that pale white horse. We call it Pegasus. Riding Dolo on Ducati through my megalith. We put that polo on our body cause we mega rich. In my bag, so I never had to beg a bitch. My prerequisite, pinky rings, pink gators, and some peppermints. Perpendicular, perpetuous, perpetuity is two of me. Pyrite on my pendants, precious metals, I'm doing me. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performances. Push button DeLoreans, upper echelon for sure. I'm in the restaurant with 4 dancers galore, like Gloria Esteban on tour. Off to France we explore, like Esteban the Moor. Bonjour, I transform. Used to be around Decepticons galore. I was in darker places, but now you can see Miss Parker faces when I parked a Wraithin'. Drove past niggas on a walk of faithin'.
To this day, to this day.
Check. Peace to the family, peace to the family, peace to you and yours, peace to you and yours. Yes, welcome back to another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pill. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Make yourselves comfortable. Make yourselves comfortable in the building. We are back. Yes, we are back. Peace to everybody in the building. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Let me fix up a few things, and then we will get to the show for today. All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Greetings to everyone. Peace, love, and light. Let's go ahead and do the roll call. All right. Let's go ahead and do the roll call. Okay. Oh, let me change this up. Let me change my background real quick. Boom. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it. Let's see who's in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I see Nashville, Tennessee is in the building. Let me know how my audio is doing, y'all. Let me know how my audio is doing. We should be in tip-top shape tonight in terms of audio and some other things. All right. Let me know how my audio sounds. St. Louis in the building, the DMV, Tyler, Texas, Stone Mountain, Los Angeles. All right. Greensboro in the building. All right. West Los Angeles. Be more. All right. Seattle, Clayton. Okay. Portland and Baltimore, Charlotte and Rome. All right. Sinful to Pete. Rest in peace to that good brother. Okay. Y'all going to have to fill me in on the story as to what's going on with that story with the brother Sinful P. Okay. Because I was not aware of what I'm seeing right now. But condolences to that good brother. All right. Houston, Texas, in the hizzy. All right. Barbados up in this thing. Oakland, town business. All right. Bronx, I see you. 7 Mile, Cincinnati, Murder Mount, Milwaukee. All right. Hampton, Virginia, Brownsville, T. Dot, Alabaster. Here's Chi-Town. Okay. Charlatan. They got a town called Charlatan. Killer Cali, Mystical Philly, Melrose. I see you. Okay. North Carolina, Chicago, Tacoma, town business. Y'all in the building. Rest in peace to Pele. All right. Rest in peace to Pele. Yes. Episode 222 for Melanin Monday. I would have loved to do it, but the timing and everything on that didn't fall right into place. So I rather do a show when I'm at 100% than to give you a half of me. Good news, the Mac has arrived. We are on the new system right now. We on the new Mac. I got my, hold on, let me show you. thing finally arrived. I will have to go pick it up from the Mac store. Hold on. Can't see it. Let me show you. Let me take this off. Boom. So we got the big boy right here. This is called the Mac Studio. Right here. This is the big boy right here. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, the game is about to change. That's all I gotta say. You know what I mean? The game is definitely about to change. Henceforth, why I opened it up with that nice AI and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Just to show you a little smidgen as to what's about to come. With this leap, this quantum leap that we're about to take. You know, they say that it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it, right? Last time I checked, that was the way that they was able to rate things. They said it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. So, goal is to the goal is to finish strong. You know, you dig? And I just want to say, you know, to everybody that's out there, that's a part of this network, that contributed and had something to do with that crowdfunding expedition, you know, I want to say enough respect, you know, honors, big honors. The best way to show appreciation, you know, that was kind of like a test in a sense, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to always test the temperature of the people and see where they at with it, you know what I mean? Especially winding down a year just to see, you know, let's see what this work is worth. Let's tap into some type of value metrics to see how the people appreciate the work that we've been doing. You dig what I'm saying? And the fact that the family came through in a lick of time, you know what I'm talking about? They contributed. We didn't even reach midnight, and we already had reached the goal on that Melanin Monday when we started to do the community thing. And I was like, I'm not dragging this shit into Tuesday. Like, we getting this right now. So I showed y'all $1,000 and y'all matched it. You feel me? And I went ahead and I made my next move, my best move, because if it's time to level up and to step into the playing field where the big boys are playing, then you know what I'm learning as because I've been in isolation for a few days, and I've been deep diving. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I've really been deep diving, you know, and I've been really getting into this AI thing, you know what I mean? And I'm calling the AI thing almighty intelligence. Before I speak about artificial intelligence, what I've learned over the past few weeks, and I'm gonna stand on it, is that it's gonna take almighty intelligence to navigate and to utilize AI to its highest capabilities. Currently, the stock version of Chat GPT, if somebody goes to Chat GPT right now and begins to interface with the artificial intelligence, they're only tapping into 10% of its potential. To go on Chat GPT right now and to interface with it, right? And you don't know what you're doing, right? And you don't have the right prompts and whatnot, and you have not begun to feed the machine, and you didn't tweak it, right? Because it is a phenomenal piece of technology and whatnot. It has multiple use cases. So if you really don't know what you're tapping into, you're really just tapping into 10% of what that shit is right there. You're gonna miss the big picture, right? So in order for anything mid-journey, right? You go to mid-journey and you're able to get pictures. This picture that you see right here, this is from mid-journey, right? This was a prompt. This was created and whatnot through artificial intelligence, right? This is the AI art that you're hearing about, right? But the prompt, it was based off of the prompt. It was based off of me knowing what to ask. It was based off of me knowing how to interact with the technology or the intelligence and whatnot. It's me knowing these specific prompts to put into the quote unquote prompt that bring about the result. The same way that they say in the world of podcasting or interviews or media for that matter, that the better questions that the journalist is able to ask, it will indicate the better the level of answers that you will receive from the person that you're interviewing. That's how you lock down classics. You don't see people talk about classic interviews when the guest was being asked horrible questions and the chemistry was not there because there was no interaction. That's similar to the same way that people are going to approach AI, asking it stupid questions and whatnot, and not being able to tweak it. So when you sit down with a Larry King, when you sat down on a late night show with a David Letterman, right? When you sat down with a quote unquote Dave Chappelle, those people are going to force you, based off of the questions that they're going to ask from an intelligent point of view, to dig into your mind and to intelligently answer these questions. You're not just going to give them, these one syllable answers that you would on a place that does not challenge your intellect. So the prompts, right, which would be part of the keywords would be inside of the prompts, but the prompts are basically the instructions. The prompts would be the lifeline or the lifeblood of this new technology of what is called generative art and whatnot. So we're leaving a world or reality, right? Post 2022, we're entering into 23, where the idea of a certain type of art or the value of what an artist possessed has dramatically changed. So now it's going from the skill set that you had because of what you can do with your hands to now the skill set of what you could create with your mind, okay, based off of the prompts that you're able to generate, and then the art that's generated as a result of you knowing the exact type of prompts, either by tapping into a prompt generator or being a prompt generator yourself, mastering the lexicon and the lingo of prompt languages, right? You could even offer your skills and you could even offer those services to other companies, small businesses, or people that are just getting into this race, because this race, right? Everybody's going to be running this race going into 2023. Like I said, it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. So we're finishing the calendar year of 2022 on a high. We're finishing the calendar year of 2022 with gratitude and gratitude, and we're thankful because this end of the year right here, the gifts that have been bestowed upon those of us who consider ourselves to be visionaries, creatives, Afrofuturists, visionaries, right? This shit is like Christmas in July. You understand? We cannot ask for anything more than the trio of artificial intelligence tools that have been dropped in our laps. And that would be Stable Diffusion, right? Mid-Journey, for that matter, which is an aspect of Stable Diffusion, right? And Chat GPT. You know what I'm talking about? I would drop a bomb to that. Chat GPT, right? That's the Google killer. Okay. That is going to replace Google as the go-to, where and to be honest with you, you could integrate it with your Google off of a Chrome extension, you know what I mean? Just for a little bit of ideation out there. If anybody out there that does not know that, you could actually link it up with Google and whatnot. So your Google searches will be backed up with a Chat GPT search. The more you feed the Chat GPT, the more intelligent it becomes. It's called deep learning. So you could go very, very, very deep with the AI based off of your almighty intelligence. Remember, as long as you lead with almighty intelligence in whatever world that you step into, chances are you're going to be okay, right? And in a world of almighty intelligence, things like discipline, right, and things like self-control are something that you put in front of you. Okay? You put the intelligence in front of you. You lead with intelligence. You lead with discipline. You lead with intent and whatnot. And then you walk into these worlds, you could get whatever you want accomplished. You could get whatever you want accomplished. Do not allow, right? Do not allow someone who has no knowledge of technology to put you in a fearful place about interfacing, interacting, right? And interlocking with the world of technology. Okay. Especially if this is something that is this is what you do. You know what I mean? This is what you've always done. If that's what your reading says, you know what I mean? If that's what your cards say, then don't cancel yourself out. Get on top of this shit. Like I said, this is not going in. I don't know if it's I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what the future holds. But what I know what the now holds is a lot of opportunities. A lot of opportunities. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful. This year was not an easy year, but this year, the ending of this year or this calendar year, what we call the fiscal year, to be clear, right? Because once again, I'm going to take the advice of the guest that I had on last strong in, and that was the good brother Malik Deshawn. And I'm also going to take the advice of a few other people that I'm not going to treat January 1st as the time that I'm making all of these resolutions. I'm not going to treat it as the new year, right? I'm going to treat it as the new fiscal year. I'm going to treat it as the time for hibernation. That's what I'm going to approach it as. I'm going to treat this as the opportunity to get low, the dark night of the soul and whatnot, to do the inner work, to do the shadow work, but at the same time, do the work in the shadows, right? I don't have to be online. I don't have to be on the front lines. I don't have to be all around. I got a lot of shit to do. I have a lot of tools to do what I need to do. I got a supercomputer. You dig what I'm saying? I got AI going crazy right now. I got 100,000 ways. Remember 100 income streams with the stream chasers? We had 1,000 streams now. We had 1,000 streams, dog. We had 1,000.
We had 1,000.
This shit it's exploded. And it's hard for me to explain it to somebody who does not know, and doesn't have any faith whatsoever in the reality that's in front of them, because people that they probably believe and listen to are not saying that. So they're like, yo, if this person isn't elated about this shit, if this person isn't making videos about it, then it's insignificant. And I'm here to let you know that everybody is not on time with what's going on. You know what I mean? Everybody is not in every lane. You know what I mean? Everybody is not for everything. You know what I mean? And everything is not for everybody. So I know in the lane of what is called technology, right? Forward thinking technology, solution based technology, technology that's considered to be disruptive technology, paradigm shifting technology. I said it earlier in this year for anybody that caught on to some of the classes that we were doing, some of the workshops that we were doing. And I do believe that we do still have an end of the year sale going on at the store and whatnot. On KTL University, we are selling bundles for the lowest price that we've ever sold them this year. And I believe that's at $44. All right. So definitely take advantage of that for anybody that's been watching throughout the year through Melanin Mondays and Third Eye Thursdays, and you've been following the lectures that we've been doing. Those lectures have been very monumental. Now that I have this software, I can start chopping up a lot of the footage and make a lot of reels and things of that nature of a lot of these lectures where information was dropped that came true, you know what I mean? Prophecies, pillar prophecies, things of that nature. you know, a lot of things were broken down, but we really paid attention to artificial intelligence this year. You know what I mean? We gave people a lot of options to, you know, become bosses, because when I approach artificial intelligence, and when I'm speaking about artificial intelligence, for anybody that's out there listening, once again, I'm leading with almighty intelligence, and I'm stepping into it as a boss, as an owner, and I'm saying that there's something called API, right? API, whatever I'm speaking about, usually most of the time is open source, meaning that you can take this same technology, the same artificial intelligence technology, you know, and you can actually create your own intellectual property. You could create your own businesses. You could create your own solution-based businesses. You could create your own iteration of apps that maybe already exist out there. The possibilities, once again, are enormous. That's why I said, if you know what you're looking at, then you know the possibility to quote unquote 100x on income streams has been presented to you. The game is to be sold, though, and not told. It's not going to be told to you just by anybody at any time. The game is definitely going to be told. It's going to be sold. But I'm here to let you know that the opportunity for the right-minded person, you be hearing me talk about these things, 100 income stream, even 10 income stream. Yes, I mean APIs as an application programming interface. Yes, indeed. Right. So we was hooked on to Lensa, right? The world got jumped on to Lensa, which was an app that was in the App Store, right? That went viral on social media. And what they had was they had an option on Lensa called the Magic Avatar, right? So the Magic Avatar was a way that they monetized, right? An app that's been out. Lensa just did not come out. Lensa's been out for a few years, right? But when Stable Diffusion, okay, when it came out with Stable Diffusion recently, and it was open source and it was an API, the company behind Lensa decided to add a part of what Stable Diffusion offers in their API, right? And also the quote unquote mid journey. They were able to revamp their app and add something called Magic Avatars, right? So by doing that, they were able to monetize the app, and they were making millions of dollars a day. Okay. This is based off of cleverly taking the API and doing with it what nobody had done at that point. Now it was already being done. It was actually started with the company called Heritage, right? Let me see something. Hold on a minute. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. So this company, Lensa, right? They're not doing anything that somebody else couldn't do, right? Actually, they're the ones, they jumped on it and they got to it first. The API is the opposite. It's not, and even though they utilize the API, it still doesn't take away the fact that others can still do that, right? So this shit is lit, bro. That's just the best way to explain it. It's really lit, bro. You feel me?
Pisania. I'm pushing ETH.
Some of these
Philosophies of Booker
right
T.
here
I'm pushing P. The prophecies that prophets see on
came
Brooklyn
from
streets. Pushing P. I'm pushing
other
P.
heritage
I'm
sites.
pushing P. Parabolic properties. This my philosophy. Pushing Park
It's
Ave,
AI
Boardwalk, that
artwork.
Monopoly. Properly
It's a
pushing
machine,
P's of that broccoli.
right?
Jaundice, crispus, in my tea, I'm pushing P. Pushing pills, the red and blue, the Netteroos. Pushing peas of that medical oregano. Yeah, that Zaza and them edibles. They federal, but y'all put them on a pedestal. We put them on a fentanyl, that pale white horse. We call it Pegasus. Riding Dolo on Ducati through my megalith. We put that polo on our body cause we mega rich. In my bag so I never had to beg a bitch. My prerequisite, pinky rings, pink gators, and some peppermints. Perpendicular, perpetual, perpetuity is two of me. Pyrite on my pendants, precious metals, I'm doing me. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performances. Push button DeLoreans, upper echelon for sure. I'm in the restaurant with 4 dancers galore, like Gloria Esteban on tour. Off to France we explore, like Esteban the Moor.
Almighty
Bonjour,
intelligence.
I transform, used to be around Decepticons galore. I was in darker places, but now you can see Miss Parker faces when I parked a Wraithin'. Drove past niggas on a walk of faithin'.
That picture right there, that's from the heritage site. So what these companies are doing is they're utilizing a open AI called Stable Diffusion, right? And they're using Stable Diffusion and they're attaching it to their app and they're creating this wave of these artificial intelligence pictures. Yeah, that was definitely kind of lit, right? The AI is intelligent. Hold on. My bomber clap bombs there.
To this day. To this day.
To this day. So what we're gonna be doing I'm putting out a song every day up until the end of the fiscal year, by the way. That's just the first one because I haven't fed a lot of my fans and a lot of the quote unquote supporters of mine music before the end of 2022. So I'm gonna get off a few songs or a few freestyles before this shit is over with. You know what I mean? Because that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta be creative. I'm in a creative bag right now. And like I said, for the month of January, February, March, it's all about creation. I'm 10 toes in with my Facts Initiative. This is a part of the Facts Initiative: the food, the art, the clothes, the technology, and the shelter. This is the AI, is the A in facts. You know what I'm talking about? Almighty intelligence. So we're gonna be doing a lot of things. I got a team that I'm working with right now. And we're going to expand that team as well. We're going to be looking for a few good men and women. I last heard that they were letting people go from Facebook, Twitter, and all of the other tech platforms. I wonder why. My theory is because they already know the big people at the top, the big dogs and whatnot. Elon Musk is behind OpenAI. OpenAI is the company behind ChatGPT, right? So a lot of these quote unquote oligarchs inside of this big tech is what they call it. You know, they already know that this whole shit is about to be automated. They don't need, especially with if you know what to do with the Chat GPT, you don't need reporters, you don't need copywriters, you don't need a lot of editors, you don't need too many people right now. You could really shrink down a company to about 4 to 5 people and you can run that shit real automated. And like I said, there's going to be billion-dollar unicorns. There's going to be billion-dollar companies that are going to be DAOs, decentralized automated organizations. They're going to be fully auto. You know what I mean? Where somebody just wrote a code and they probably going to write the code through Chat GPT, right? Because Chat GPT writes code. Come on, man. Like I got on Rich and I was breaking it down, but I didn't even give up the whole game on that channel. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't give up everything but I gave up a lot. But the fact that it is an API, that's the game right there. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm going to give people as much as they need to take that and do what thou wilt. You know what I mean? Thank me later. Thank me later. You know what I'm talking about? Thank me later. By this time next year, this whole shit is going to be completely different, bro. We're moving at an accelerated pace. Like I said, what this shit feels like is growing pains, the same pains that a mother who is pregnant goes through for 9 months, and then the baby for come. You know what I'm talking about? And then the baby for drop. This shit feel like the baby has dropped, my niggas. You know what I'm talking about? The baby has dropped. No more pains. I went through a lot of pain this year. I had a shoulder pain. I had a heart pain. You dig what I'm saying? I had some pains in my life. But right now, those pains seem to have been subsided by the arrival of a baby. And that baby is new technology. And those tools is the box that a brother such as myself needs to do the handiwork. Others will not understand. They won't gravitate towards it because that's not their calling. Stay out of these lanes, my nigga, because you could get run over by dump trucks. Please. You got to stay out of the lane. You know what I mean? If it's not your lane. We're going to be bringing on a few good men and a few good women so we could do a few good things together. You know what I'm saying? But we moving at a fast pace with a sense of urgency. You know, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I'm gonna have to I'm even reevaluating this whole YouTube thing. You know what I'm saying? It has to make sense. I love Third Eye Thursdays and Melanin Mondays. It just gotta make sense. You know, in the perfect world, that would be on my own platform, right? On my own platform, completely off of a server where I kind of like feel like I can't really speak the way that I really intend on speaking. I can't fully express myself. I can't really say all of the things that I want to say. I can't, I can't establish certain narratives based off of censorship, right? Then I also have to live in a perpetual state of quote unquote anxiety. I won't even call it fear, right? Live in a perpetual state of anxiety where every time I open up my app for YouTube, I don't know if they're going to be sending me a notice about, yo, this is your third strike. We're going to take your channel because we don't like what you said last week. You know what I mean? Because somebody reported you because they got their feelings hurt. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not with these servers because my intellectual property, you know, these shows that we're doing, this is intellectual property. This shit, you know, the same way a person can monetize any type of intellectual property, a podcast, a YouTube video, a reel and whatnot. You know, these are $1 million streams right here. These are $1 million streams right here. Andrew Tate arrested for human trafficking. Interesting. The big G. Right after he had an argument with Greta, right? The little girl who's 19 now. Remember Greta, it was said a few years ago that Greta was a plant, right? I know about Rumble and I know about Stream. However, those platforms, they could still censor you and those servers could still erase and scrub your footage and whatnot. I'm thinking more so Web3, something on the blockchain perhaps. That's my aim, something on the blockchain. I know about Rumble. We'll filter maybe documentaries or the docu-series through Rumble perhaps, but I'm not entertaining the idea of moving this platform fully over to Rumble. I would definitely move it over to Forbidden TV. You know what I mean? Let's talk you know, me and Billy would have to definitely come up with something that makes sense. But I'm in support of supporting the brothers platform before I support any other person's platform of any other nationality, ethnicity, or background that's not in alignment with mine. You know, so you know, the YouTube thing is beautiful and everything, but just all of us collectively as a people, right? We got room for about maybe one or two other apps to give it needs to be challenged. You feel me? It needs to be there needs to be a protagonist and an antagonist. It needs to have some type of quote unquote alternative that's even better than this shit. Yeah, even with Forbidden TV, Billy has his YouTube channels. Yeah, so I will never cancel this channel. This channel will remain what it is. It will remain, I will build this up, you know what I mean, and do what I do what needs to be done. But I would rather put my time and my energy, right? It's about time and energy, what you put into something. I want to put into something with a stronger foundation. I want to put it into a platform where it's monetized, there's advertising. I want to put my time and my energy into developing something with a following and people who I could get their data. You know what I mean? Because that's very important. And this shit right here, having thousands of thousands. Imagine having 300,000 followers or subscribers, and you don't know nothing about none of them. You just know where they live and shit like that. Like, I don't know if y'all understand how data works. I don't understand. I don't know if people understand how this shit works. But you just feeding the bigger machine and they're throwing super duper peanuts at you. You know what I'm talking about? Google, the $1 trillion company, Google and these niggas, they're feeding off of all of the information from the people that you bring into this place, and then they break you off with a Snickers, not even with a Snickers bar, with the fucking peanut from the Snickers. You know? So it ain't even, unless you capturing the data, unless you the one that's sourcing all of that, it don't even make sense, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I'm like, I'm not with the slave program. Slavery is a choice. I'm not signing up for the slave program. It's a reason why they have an aversion for me over there at Google and all of these other places, PayPal and Facebook and shit like that. We don't do that kind of business because the energy just won't lock in. You know what I mean? Like, it just won't lock in. So the same way that the Andrew Tates of the world went and built their empires off of the servers, and they just use some of these apps for commercial purposes, which is their purpose. You know what I mean? That's their purpose. Their purpose is to host, AI artwork and videos where I teach people on how to get money using Chat GPT. That's what I'll be on YouTube doing, empowering people with the technology through my initiative. That's my purpose. Through KTL Empowerment and through the Facts Initiative, I get on YouTube and talk about empowering, how people could increase their income streams, how people can automate these channels and whatnot. You know what I mean? There's so many things that we could talk about with this new technology that's here. Like I said, I've been deep diving since I made that video with Brother Rich. I've been deep diving in that shit, you know what I mean? And I've been making breakthroughs, and it's like I said, it's here. It ain't on its way. It's here. The conversation that I had with the good brother on Higher Level Conversations, and I brought up the fantasy industry, or what they call the fantasy industry complex. At the time of taping, the technology did not exist that exists right now, to whereas Every single fantasy industry that I highlighted could be disrupted by this technology right now. Right now. Right? You could do it from your supercomputer, from your laptop. You can't, maybe not your regular, you got to have certain type of chips. These are the things that I learned as I started researching. I'm learning. I'm a sponge. I'm in school. I'm a student. I'm studious. You know what I mean? I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm dedicated to like 3 semesters right now. I'm becoming certified. I'm back on my nerd shit, right? That's the biggest flex right now. Revenge of the Nerds. That's a big flex. Wait till your boy pop out and I'm an app developer and all kind of nerdy shit. Like, watch and see. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to disappear and I'm going to get this shit doing what it's supposed to do. Me and a few good, team players. I don't need a crowded ass gym. I just need a few people who could hit 3-pointers like Stefan from half court. I want to say rise in power. I lost a good friend over what they call the Christmas holidays. This brother was very, very, very good to me and my brother and my family throughout the years. This brother was a native of New York. We met in Harlem on 125th Street outside. He would come through with his family. He has a beautiful family. His son was around the age of my son, and they got to bond with each other over the years and whatnot. And the brother had a habit of always supporting me. Like I always knew, and it wasn't about that, but I always knew that if I saw the brother, that my day was going to be better. And that's a great feeling to have about certain people. And I don't know if people even know that they are those people to some people. But, there are people in my life, especially when I was out there working my ass off, right? Whereas, being unappreciated and just getting minimal support, it could become frustrating because you be like, damn, nobody fucks with me. Like, people is not into my fashion. They not into my merch. They not rocking with my movement. They telling me how much they enjoyed the show that I did last night and how it's legendary and classic, but they don't want to break bread with me. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to break bread. So this is my good brother right here. His name goes by the name of Gene Johnson, right? We also lost a Gene sometime last year, Mr. Gene Arnold, right? Who is Pam from Martin, her father. He was very instrumental in New York City in the conscious community. He was like our grandfather. So this good brother right here, right? He lost his battle to cancer, right? He moved from New York to Clearwater, Florida. And I got to see the brother on December 23rd. He may transition his name. His good brother, Gene Johnson. I want to say his name so his name could never be forgotten. Brother Gene Johnson, I would definitely stay in touch with your family and, continue to do what I need to do, what made you proud every time that you saw me. And you had to, you always supported me and you always gave me words of encouragement and you made me feel appreciated. And that's all I really needed to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And there was always a few brothers like that. And you were one of them. So losing you is been heavy on me. I don't feel like we've lost you. I do feel like we've gained you. You knew who was who and what was what. You were very studious. So, you'll be on the altar with the rest of the legends, and we'll continue to walk together. You know what I mean? Because you did appreciate what I had to offer. So I have to return that favor any way that I can. Yes, the son of Stephen Marley, Joe Mercer Marley, made transition. Joe Mercer Marley, right? Is the gates are open as we wind down going into the winter. Rising power to the 35 people in Buffalo that lost their lives in that winter storm, right? It's once in a lifetime winter apocalypse, right? Very, very suspect weather. Blue Pill did an excellent dissertation on Black Magic 363 about that. Please go and check that out. You feel me? Please go and check that out because that was historic. Blue laid it down. There's a lot of shit going on in the cosmos. Retrograde, for anybody that's following the retrograde bus, the Mercury retro started. We in Mars retro. You know what I'm talking about? And I know that there's people that say that, you know, Fireball and retro, they don't believe in retro and shit like that. But yeah, I hear you. You know what I'm talking about? And but that shit does have you know, it does what it does. You know what I mean? Shit be doing what it do. Be doing what it do. Because just talking about Mars in retro, do you know when I was sitting back how many people I saw had to cancel their events? You know how many events got canceled from people that don't know each other? It was like shit was not flying. It was not coming together, right? This was in the last few months. I was watching mad people just postpone and cancel the events. And I'm like, yeah, it's that Mars, yo, that Mars and retro, that shit fucking shit up. You know what I'm talking about? Stakes is high. So RIP Pele. You feel me? It's a lot going on. Pay attention. RIP Pele, right? Who revolutionized the game of soccer out of Brazil. That's where he made his transition. You know, when you see him, think of the indigenous ancestors who always been there. But yeah, definitely retros could be used to propel forward. That's why I'll say shit. I'm using all of this as the same way that a nigga in the gym is using heavy weights. You know what I'm talking about? The same way people's in the gym using heavy weights. You know, you use it to come up. You use it to push past the adversity. You know, you lift those weights, and when you push past temptation, when you push past lack, when you push past them shortcomings, when you're able to do that internal work, that's turning base metal into gold, my genius. You know, to be honest with you, the retrogrades is the time to really come up and shine. So kudos to all of my silver surfers out there surfing the waves. You know what I mean? Make it do what it do. I know that you got it in you. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, we made it this far. We we got. We here. We made it this far. Some of us have chose to leave around these times. So it's ashe to everybody who has contributed up until this point. And we're going to continue to carry on tradition. And we're going to continue to clean up. And we're going to continue to boss up. And we're going to continue to level up. You know, because my business is about to take a huge level up. I promise you. When you see me in January, shit going to be different. You know, tomorrow we're doing the end of the year lecture. I've been in the lab, sleepless nights and whatnot, busting my ass, working, putting this shit together. You know, I look forward to seeing my KT aliens in the building who've been riding with me this whole calendar year when we was putting them points on the board and giving you prophecy, you know what I mean? And delivering. So we're going to deliver one more for the end of the year. This has been a monumental year in terms of the lectures, the workshops, and the classes. You know, the support has been appreciative. It's been definitely on. I'm very, very thankful. My gratitude is on high. Yeah, I've been pulling up to listen to me and talk my craziness. You know what I mean? So it's very much appreciated. I couldn't have done it without you. You know what I'm talking about? I couldn't have done it without you. Um, yeah, man. Send the peers out of here too. You know, rising power to send the P. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everybody that's tapping out, you know, rising power to everybody that's tapping out. Them gates is definitely open, right? You want to be very much on point up until the point that this ball drops. So your shit could rewind a little bit. We're going into hibernation season. This is the winter seasons. This is the time of death. Okay. So you want to get out of the way in a sense. You know what I'm talking about? You might want to go burrow. Because I promise you, after I do this, I might, like I said, I'm not sure when Melanin Monday and Third Eye Thursdays is going to come back. Inshallah, we'll be coming back the first week of January. But to be honest with you, like I say, I'm ready to go into my cub. I'm ready to go into my bunker and lock in. You know what I mean? And lock in. We're gonna be doing some classes, but really that's about it. We're doing some classes on AI, almighty intelligence, and artificial intelligence. We're gonna be doing some classes on all things AI. Just put it like that. All things AI. This shit gonna be lit. It's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. But definitely it's how you start the race. Don't let nobody fool you, you know. So still feeling that Scorpio energy. Me too. That shit is strong. What do I think about Whoopi? You know, it's part of the whole come thing. It's the narrative. This year is gonna end with them people still on our people's necks. We know that nothing really got solved because it's gonna end with the same group of people who been punking our people, right? The last real heavy on the last 2 quarters. But we could say that they've been stunting on niggas all 4 quarters. But from yay and on, these same people, right? They've been on our people's necks. And they've been getting exposed as well. Why they've been on our people's necks. JP Morgan just got a lawsuit on them, a few $1 billion. JP Morgan, the same bank that dropped Ye. We know what happened with Balenciaga. They fell. Adidas got 500 million worth of Yeezy merchandise sitting in their faculties and they fucked up. Nike stocks fell. Adidas stocks fell. Let's talk about it. The Gap stocks fell. All the rappers is going to jail. Like, let's talk about the world post Ye. Ye is missing. You know, Ye is missing. So Andrew Tate just got arrested, the big G. Now, if the big G was into sex trafficking, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy. Yeah, Ye is somewhere chilling. You know what I mean? Probably recording some music and shit. But if Andrew Tate and them was into trafficking, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna look crazy. Pizza Tate coming. And like I said, him going after that girl Greta, she is a plant. She's part of the agenda. You know what I mean? She will be heavy in politics in the future. Tate started with OnlyFans girls. Okay, so he was getting his money with the OnlyFans girls, I guess. And they probably hit him with a pimping charge across states, sex trafficking. Yeah. How dare you? She said he has small wood energy. He had a meltdown. His dad was CIA. Yeah, his dad was wasn't he the chess player? He was high ranked and whatnot. Labor trafficking is the new bag. The USA been doing it for years. Hell yeah, they trying to perfect that shit. Yeah, Kevin Hart says some things that the Egyptians, the Arabs in Egypt don't like. I don't know if it's what you call it. Yeah, he should have been missing in action. Reporting him in public is risky. Yeah, he should have been got out of the public with that stupid shit. You know what I mean? Pizza Tate. Yeah, I mean. So yeah, but with everything going down, you know, it's still going up. With everything going down, everything is according to plans. With everything going down, it's still ending out. This year is still ending out on a high note, right? The people are more awake than they were. There's been more done. There's been more good done this year than there's been fuckery. More people have gotten exposed this year that needed to be exposed. It's not the end of it. You know what I mean? But I think that the lights have, you know, the month somebody kept the lights on this year. You know, it's shit. It's a few things running around rampant, but it ain't that much. You know, things been getting cleaned up. You know, Big Mama, her emergence is still being felt, right? Big Mama energy, Big Cali energy. The truth is still, you know, stranger than motherfucking fiction, right? The people are still, you know, evolving at a fast pace. They still leveling up from third to fourth to fifth dimension, right? The clowns are showing they shoes, they noses, and they makeup. You did? And the motherfuckers is playing games and showing their hands. So how could we even feel like something is wrong? Ukraine is still robbing America. You know what I mean? Israel too. The fix is in. They doing RICO worthy activity right in front of the people, right? The government is doing RICO worthy activities. You know what I'm talking about? RICO like activities. They washing a lot of money. You know what I mean? And they committing a lot of crimes right in front of the people. So the shit show, what they call the political theater, that's in full swing. Trump is letting off NFTs. His shit is in the toilet. The political theater is just being built up. The stage is they're changing up the stage. They already did the opening act, and they're changing up the stage. So buckle in. Buckle in. Yeah, you got popped in Romania. Buckle in. You know, the shit show is going down. You feel me? And like I said, we'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow. This whole world changed today. This whole world changed, not today, but this year. This world significantly made a change. You know, it shifted. It shifted. A lot of shit went down. We'll be talking about it mañana at 8 p.m. I want y'all to join us. The link is in the bio. KTLUniversity.com is where we'll be broadcasting from. It'll be a few hours, probably going to midnight, and it will be recorded and available for lifetime viewership by all ticket holders. Okay. Yeah, man. We about to sign off. Once again, it's you know, we ending out this calendar year on a high note. You know what I mean? We got the machine that we wanted. You know, got the machine that we wanted. Um, everything is going great, man. Everything is going great. You know what I'm saying? The music is on lit. You know what I mean? The artwork is on lit. The fashion is back. You know what I'm talking about? Blue Pill is killing it with the media. You know, it's a lot of shit going rolling out for 2023. A lot of beautiful things. I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic. I'm deep in the lab. I'm very, like I say, I'm a student right now. I'm learning. I'm in university. I'm tapped into online universities, and I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm improving. I'm upgrading myself. I'm teaching myself. I'm learning shit, and I'm getting better. So with that being said, I could, if I could do it, because I promise you, yeah, my jury is clean. I got my jury clean. You know what I'm talking about? My shit shining. I'm feeding the AI. We're learning together. You know what I mean? It's like a pet. It's like a chia pet. You know what I mean? The hair is growing. It's called machine learning for a reason. I'm feeding it facts. I'm feeding it information. I'm feeding it data. I'm feeding it almighty intelligence. And it's showing me that it itself is intelligence, right? So I'm saying what I'm saying to say this. Brother Blue Pill just did a video that talked about post-stardom depression, right? If you haven't seen it, it's on this channel. I highly suggest that you subscribe to this channel. I do have a goal of reaching 250,000 by next year, and I'm going to show you the plan that I have to reach that goal. You know what I mean? I'm gonna reach that goal before the end of next year, but that's the goal that I have at 250, right? And Blue Pill did a video that talked about post stardom depression, how many people are going through stardom depression, right? Sad, what is called a SAD, right? Stress, anxiety, depression. A lot of people that I know are fighting a lot of demons. A lot of people that I know are fighting suicide tendencies. A lot of people that I know are fighting the shift that's taking place with the energy that's going throughout this planet, right? And it's catching a lot of people off guard. Suicides are up. People are tapping out. They hate it here. You know, they're seeing this shit as a losing race, especially those who are embroiled in the world of social media and the quote unquote echo chamber that is being produced in social media, right? Because they're just, Facebook is the algorithm that Facebook is utilizing, and the algorithm that Instagram vicariously is utilizing through Facebook, and then the algorithm that Twitter is undertaking is specifically engineered to induce what is known as a sad diet, right? And when we say a sad diet, we're talking about what you're seeing on social media, right? Sad diet, what you're seeing in your eyes through a platform that is high on stimuli, right? Stress, anxiety, depression. And it has people wanting to tap out. And it has people not wanting to give it their all. And it has people becoming envious of other people and hating them and stalking them. And it has people becoming jealous of other people because they are under the impression that these people have something that they don't have. So then they wish that they had what that person had, not realizing that that person that they're envious about is going through some deep shit themselves. They was on the ledge the night before. Somebody had to talk them off, right? And it all adds up to shit that's hitting real close to home. You know, it's unavoidable, you know, at this point. Some of us get inboxes, DMs, and phone calls from close friends, family members, loved ones, you know what I mean? And everybody is not okay, right? And that's okay. You know, that's why we do what we do. You know what I'm talking about? We do our best on this platform to check in with the family. You know what I mean? Do a mental health check, do a roll call, right? Find out what's going on with the family. Introduce, right? By every month, introduce either a class or a workshop or something that's going to have data and intel and information that, if applied, could get you into a better place. Okay? That was one of the purposes that we have on this platform. You know what I mean? Even with me considered to be taking a year off, because for 2022, I moved to a new state and the transition wasn't as easy as expected. Okay, I'm in a new state. I'm in Atlanta. I'm not in my home state. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not in my home state. I'm not in my foundation. I'm not on my plane. I'm not at my headquarters. I'm out of bounds. I'm out of town. I'm in somebody else's backyard. So this transition is not an easy one. I brought my family with me. Then there's other family out here of mine. This is not an easy one. You know, I have other children that I'm not around. So this year right here has been a lesson. I would say that it's been a huge lesson, a huge L, right? A huge L, a huge lesson. Highs and lows, like peaks and valleys, like standing on top of Stone Mountain. But the same heights that I reached on the top of Stone Mountains is the same lows that I hit this year as well. You feel me? The same lows, the heights that I reach is the same level of lows that I reach. This year, I felt what it felt like to really feel. I had a problem with feeling shit, you know what I'm saying? But this year, I was feeling shit from basically my heart opening up like a lotus flower, right? Feeling love to the core. And then the opposite of that, feeling pain to whereas I couldn't even lift my arm. You feel me? I was almost invalid. Somebody could run up on me and spin my top. You know, like I said, I feel like they're selling their masters, the artists, because of what AI is about to do. You know, because of the rise of AI, music and some of these quote unquote industries will be disrupted, and the value of these masters are gonna not increase. I feel that they're gonna lower. So they're getting on top of that right now and selling them shits before it's too late. So yeah, man, it was a roller coaster ride. It was like a nigga was surfing on big waves and whatnot. And ultimately, I'm closing it out on a high point. You know, I'm happy. I'm painless, right? I'm lit. You know what I'm talking about? My children are happy. They satisfied. Their mothers are too. Um, I got family members that are close to me, close to me. Um, my son, my newborn, he's 2. He's doing great. You know, he's adapted. You know what I'm saying? He's happy, so I'm happy. So, my businesses, they're flourishing. And there's growth to be made in all categories. Don't ever get it fucked up. I'm not up here giving you an A+ report card. I'm saying that, God damn it, I made it through the grades. You know what I mean? I might not be valedictorian, but I did what I needed to do. You know, I did what I needed to do. There was lessons. Like I said, the biggest lesson of 2022 is the lesson. You feel me? It is the lesson. So I'm taking those lessons and I'm doing the reflection work and I'm sitting with a lot of things, and if I do disappear, y'all know that that's why I did that. You know what I mean? And y'all know that I'm good, but I just need time to reevaluate, reassess, recalibrate, you know what I mean? And reposition, because the game is constantly changing and the goalposts are constantly moving and the stakes are constantly becoming higher and higher. You feel me? So you got to rise to the heights of the stakes, and I'm saying all of that to say that if I could do it, then I know not that y'all could do it. I know that y'all been doing it. I know that y'all been doing it. You feel me? I know that we've been going through this shit. God did. I know that we've been going through this thing as a collective. When I'm tapped in, I don't feel like I'm out of my element. I don't feel like I'm out of alignment. I feel like I'm speaking to myself. I feel like I'm offering some type of solutions, right? And some light to somebody out there that may be in a dark space who may need that light, because at the same time, I might be on a show and I might be in a dark space and I'm seeing light in the chat room. You feel me? I'm seeing light come from the chat room. I'm seeing answers to some of these questions that I'm having. I'm seeing solutions to some of these problems that I'm having. So the shit works both ways. I would be completely narcissistic and I would be completely full of myself and I would be completely out of my element if I were not to say that one of the biggest highlights of the calendar, the shit that kept me sane, right, from going insane, is the support that I received from students that were out there who valued my time and valued what I had to offer and voted with their support by supporting what it is that I had to offer. Because at the end of the day, I'm giving you all of this shit, right? I'm giving you all of my time, energy, and light. And whenever I'm offering something, it's almost like me saying, you know what? That's the best way to reciprocate, because you can't just send me a thank you letter. You know what I mean? We don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Did you see how much stamps cost? People ain't mailing out letters. You know what I mean? Like, the best way that you could give honors and thanks and respect and to say, yo, you know what? Keep going, is to go ahead and support when something is being done. If there's a merchandise to get dropped, grab every piece. You know what I mean? If there's a music project being released and whatnot, grab everything. Grab the vinyl, grab the cassette, grab the CD, grab the merch, grab the poster. If there's some clothes just dropping, grab it up. Cause I wish that, you know what I mean? I wish it, if like I've told this to somebody before, if I wish that I was living through back in the days, like 10 years ago with LIU, National Black Theater, I would have been buying up everything from every single person that was selling something. And I would just be putting that shit away, because I know in 20 years that that's going to be worth something. I know the value of the people that I'm around. So if I get the opportunity to get around some conscious teachers and shit, I'm buying everything. Give me your shirt, give me your book. You selling some socks, give me that too. And then I don't even wear this shit. I put it up somewhere because I know that this is going to be of high value. You know what I mean? I already know what it is because I know the value of people who probably don't know the value in themselves. So with all of that being said, I wish every single person a happy new year. Of course, a happy new fiscal year. Pop them bottles. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of the way when niggas is popping them guns and shit. You know what I mean? And let's lock in for the downtime of January, February, March, for the off the grid times, for the learning hours, right? For the time to be sharpening your tools. Let's lock in and let's build on this new technology, these new opportunities, and this new shit that's right here, so we don't get lost in the source. We could get to all of the other shit that's going on, but I feel that that could be a distraction because there's some major shit going down right now. Major big things are going on. You know what I mean? Don't miss out to the team. Don't take my word for it. Do your research. Should you be blowing money next year? Any money that you have next year should be spent on acquiring a skill or a certification in anything dealing with digital, right? Anything dealing with the digital economy, from coding to learning the security systems, the IT systems, you know what I mean? To learning AI, automation, all of that stuff. You should be at the helm of it, not from a consumer standpoint. You should be from a producer, a prosumer, both producer and consumer. You should don't be on the other side of the table of this new evolution that we have in front of us. Take your investments, buy hardware, right? You see this machine right here is 25 and up. This shit is expensive that I just invested in, but this hardware is gonna make me 25 million. Facts. Wait, watch, and see. This shit is gonna pull. I'm gonna pull 25 M's out of this box real quick. I promise you. But you want to learn a skill set. Yes, you want to tap into it. Like I said, we'll have the Facts Initiative up and running, inshallah, first quarter. You want to become a member of this collective that we have, and you want to learn these skill sets of the food, the art, the clothing, the technology, and the shelter. Get certified. Start monetizing your skill sets. Start tapping into the infinite income streams that are opening up. Learn how to tap into niche markets. Learn how to apply yourself and be able to apply it and help others apply themselves. Because once you learn the formula, you now can teach others that formula. That's it. I'm not making it sound easy. It's not that easy. It's going to take work. Everything takes work. Everything takes competition to stick out in this bitch. Yeah, definitely get you a 3D printer. And I'm not even talking about putting on the Oculus or the virtuals yet. Don't even jump into that world yet. People ain't even ready for that world at the end of the day. It's a surface world to tweak and to hack right now. Before you even jump into the metaverse, you got to body the physical world. That bull market is coming around soon. Prepare for that. Prepare for that. So we'll talk more. These conversations, they only continue, and they only get more interesting as time goes on. They have a long tail. They're endless. I'm like I said, I'm enthusiastic, and like I said, we're getting this whole end of the year thing over, so the conversation can refresh itself, so we can have a new conversation with a new number at the end of it. Facts 23. You know what I mean? Big Tech 23, AI 23. You know what I mean? Allen Iverson versus Jordan, my nigga. How about that? AI versus Jordan. You know what I'm talking about? And what happened with AI? Then he crossed 23, broke his knees, broke his ankles, I mean. So I'll let you marinate on that. But yeah, man. Shout out to my good brother. Let's play this commercial and we out of here, y'all. Peace, love, and light.
I ain't your motherfucking stepchild. It's time to chop off the foot that's on my neck now and climb up to their head. Decapitate the brain of the system, and that system dead. I ain't checking who on code. Cause if you feel like I feel, the nigga, it's a goal. Everybody wanna be black, so it's time to be black. Not black like the color, but how we fight back. Not black like the skin, but how we uprise.
Facts. Okay, so
till in the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts. Found out the hacks, put it in the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts.
And that's facts though, I talk factos. Ask J Babe, I go Astro. Floating focused on my cash flow. We plant star seeds to make the grass grow. I'm a refloater, I do what I wanna. Stacking the winter, sunbathing the summer. My chakras align and I shock them like Blanc. Only Pope with your knowledge, your nigga is Pablo.
At these events, I'm a god to my people. Got out the streets, yeah, we dodging a Rico. Game of roulette, I'm a casino. The game wasn't fair, yeah, the odds wasn't equal. Squad got the Chico, my squad got the Chico. Came in a drought, yeah, they starving the people. Blaming and doubt, make it harder to eat, yo. Not a placebo, this not a placebo.
The food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, till in the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts. Found out the hacks, put it in the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts.
Started in Richmond, art of my district. Heart of the mystics, started for biscuits. Father the isfits, martyr the misfits. God is my witness, God on my hit list. Moving the weight, we started with fitness. Moving with states, we heart of the richest. Give me the blues, my heart is in Memphis. It's part of adventure, started my venture. The F is for food, the A is for art. The C is for clothes, I'm playing my part. T is for check, I'm playing it smart. S is for shelter, I stay in the park. Acres on acres, get lost in the dark. We playing a part, we playing it smart. Facts, facts, okay.
The food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, till in the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. Found out the hacks, put it in the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back.